This is Eileen's exercise. Aileen, you got some nice stuff here. You got a nice little run cycle. I can see the cat is breathing hard. His tongue is out. He's starting to sweat. The mouse is laughing. Mouse goes up the pole. And then the cat does this giant leap. Now this is a nice little struggle here. But this jump, as high as it is, makes him feel like he's not out of shape, like he's in good shape. It might be a little bit too much. And he almost gets him. But it's nice that you have a little struggle there. And then he drops. Now, I would say to give yourself more time, him landing and seeing him on the ground like this is not necessary to keep. The fact that he just falls out off screen or starts to go off screen is enough. We don't have to pan down to see him. We can just stay up there on the mouse and let the mouse finish the scene. This first run cycle, I'm not feeling, it's feeling a little too floaty. And it might be because I'm just not feeling the weight there. You need to work on the weight and the shoulders, because his shoulders are real forward here. So think of a, whoops. Change my brush. His shoulders are getting a little bit too... You got that lump there. Oops. I'm recording. I feel like he's losing a little bit of structure there. And here you're feeling a stretch. But I want to feel that stretch even more. From that neck, the hands going through, exaggerate that a little bit more. And then you can bunch him up. And exaggerate that up. Use that tail to help bunch it up a bit more. So here for the reach, that's going to bunch up even more because he's reaching down, and keep that fluid because it's a stretch. And it's got to get a same plant. You know, wherever you're running on the ground, make sure you're planting in the same place for consistency through all the drawings. That might even be a little bit too weird. Both. That's looking weird. But you're seeing what I'm saying. You have to go through this faster and make sure he's planted better. So that here he needs to have weight bearing, because he just swung his feet forward, is reaching to touch, and he's got to land. He's got to land in terms of physics. Get his feet on the ground. Anytime you move something into a weight-bearing situation, they're always going to need to take that weight bearing. because that weight has to be shifted. So bring him down. You have to. That's a nice little pose on the hand there. Keep it fluid. And then you can jump out to something like this where he's pushing off. And he's pushing off with his shoulders and his... And that's good here. But just in terms of the drawing, make sure your drawings are communicating the actual element of what's happening. So like this foot, if this foot is still down on the ground, it's got to be on that ground level where he's been running, right? Bring that up. Bring it up higher, maybe a little bit more. Make sure we feel a stretch in his body there, if that's indeed what we're seeing. And he's not looking up, he's still looking at the mouse because the mouse is in front of him, right? Keep these simple. Simplify these shapes. They don't have to be so anatomically correct. In fast movement especially. And then here, he's reaching down again to land. So you can keep that fluid. Keep his legs stretched. Simplify those shapes. So he's down here. Again, I would bring that rhythm of the line down in there, and you can do sort of a pigeon-toed kind of thing with his feet, which is nice. Bring his head down, I would say. So there we finally got some contact on that, which is nice. And you got a little bit of a squash there. Keep it simple, simple shapes. Give these simple forms and simple shapes. Let them communicate the humor in it. So he's bringing that thing up, so we want to break a little bit of a break in the back and his little feet with the toes sticking out. It's funny. There you got another squash, which is nice. And then he jumps. Now on a jump like this, I think in this drawing I would want to, as big as it is, make sure those feet are planted and helping to sense the force of that leap. And I wouldn't stretch his upper body out too much, but you can certainly get him out there like that. And then when he jumps, you're breaking up the simplicity of the form a little bit too much. You got a little bit there, it's nice. He would still be dragging that weight. Wouldn't be going up into his chest quite so much. You want to keep that sense of cat leg business. And just watch your volumes and shapes there. Maybe you're too much. One thing you're getting a lot of is this angle. You can stretch it out. It's always nice to see shapes change. Even here you got a little bit of that angle there. And here you've got a little bit of that angle. And then here you got that angle. So I would smooth it out. You don't have to get, like I said, so anatomical on all those drawings. But it's cute, some of the stuff you've got in here. This is a nice pose where he's trying to keep himself from falling. But like I said, just have him from here. You can scramble him a little bit more and then have him drop out of the screen. And the little mouse is cute that you got him up there doing that. So very good.